I don't want to talk too loud because I don't want to wake up my whole household. And I got my earplugs in because I'm going to play some videos. I I had to watch the press conference. Well, I just had to listen to it. And I want to watch it because um, you know a lot of things have happened over the last few hours that I didn't necessarily get to watch because I was working. But I did get some new info. And if you're on Facebook with me, then you might already got a little cryptic message from me. Um, we are going to play first the prayer vigil because you know what? I need to hear some good stuff and I need to listen to some good stuff and I need to cry a little bit. And so I'm going to put on the prayer vigil and listen to it. Um, and I want to listen to it. That is not the prayer vigil. Oh, I'm getting Joe Rogan ads on the front of that prayer vigil, which is crazy. So there we go. That's what I want right there. So I'm going to pause it. I just want to make sure I got audio here. It's not working here. Let me double check my audio. If you're joining, hey, it's a late night and I probably should be in bed, but I'm blaming Jayas for justice for this. She told me about this case. She should have known that when she told me about it, I was going to be on it like a freaking crackhead or something. Because all I'm doing is thinking about this family. But not only Heidi's family. I'm thinking about all the people involved. Today, I've really had an opportunity to think about think about it all. So, what's up, Bobby Jensen? When what? Oh, here we go. Bobby Jensen was in the other one. Hey, thanks for joining. I didn't even know y'all were going on right now. It is a late night owl. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hopefully, y'all get some sleep. It's the eve of Christmas Eve. But I wanted to watch this prayer vigil because I listened to it, but I couldn't really pay attention because I was working and doing stuff. So I want to listen to it with you guys. I'll be watching chat and talking to you guys as it goes. Um, it's crazy. It's a crazy day today. I started off with a really good interview with one of the reporters. And what's really cool is I can tell because of that interview, the communication is real quick, and she's communicating back. And there's other reporters. I'm going to talk to Sam. If you've been watching this, Sam down in Austin reached out to me this evening, and he's going to do an interview with me, and he's been covering like a new Sam. It's like the Sam in Austin. We're going to have Sam Colorado Springs. Well, we're going to have Sam that's leaving Colorado Springs, but I'm also going to talk to Sam down in Austin, probably after the holidays, though. I told him just enjoy the holidays. I'm going to shut down my computer when I'm done with this live. And I'm going to let you know right now, I am not going to go live on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So for 2 days, I'm just going to shut down and unplug. I need it and you need it too. So, um, you should shut down. I'll let somebody else take my viewers. I'll let somebody else. It's a different Sam though, just so you know. It's a different Sam. It's Christmas break. I know. It's almost Christmas Eve. We're 5 minutes till Christmas Eve. I want to watch this prayer vigil, so I was going to stay up and watch it anyway. And so you can watch it with me if you want, or you can go to bed. Um, I'll probably do some talking back and forth, but I've done zero wrapping. Well, get your Christmas presents out. Put me on the big screen, and let's watch this. Let's watch this together. And I saw Jay. She said something in here. Like I said, you can blame Jay as for justice for me talking about this case so much because it's her fault. It's her fault. I started looking at it. It's her fault that she told me about it, and she should have known I was going to jump on it like a crackhead. And now I'm jumping on it like a crackhead in the middle of the night, trying to listen to this. Fine, I'm really interested in watching this, so I'm gonna start it up, and we'll just go from there. So it looks pretty. Looks like there's some folks there, and got the candles lit. I don't know if we're gonna get audio. What the audio is gonna sound like. I think this was a good audio stream. They just haven't started. I blame Chris Watts for everything. That's funny. I was hoping you were in bed asleep. I just literally walked in the door. I could hear a movie playing in the back, so I went and kissed all my kids. That's the first thing I did is go kiss all my kids. My wife's dead asleep. I didn't want to bother her. And so I thought, well, I'm going to watch this prayer vigil. I'll see if anybody jumps on with me. We'll kind of chat through some stuff. And if there's any new updates, we'll... I'm not worried about you leaving. I'm just worried that I'm just invested now. Like I want to see this one through. Like every second, I want to. There's got to be more info. There's got to be somebody that'll tell me something. There's got to be somebody that'll talk. I'm sorry. So let's see if we can get some.
Heavenly Father, thank you.
Very little audio going on right now.
Tragedy, we can be there for each other. Thank you that
I can barely hear.
With us in the midst of the pain and the loss. So God, as we just begin this time together, I just would ask that you would help us to allow ourselves to grieve and to mourn, but also to have hope that one day all things will be made right, and that this is not all that there is. And we thank you for the miracle that baby Margot is okay. And we just pray for the family and friends that were most affected. And we pray for our community. We pray that South Austin would be a place where we are known not just as the live music capital of the world, but a place where neighbors love neighbors and people care for each other, even the kindness of strangers. So we pray all this in Jesus' name. You know, in the midst of tragedy, it's more important to remember how someone lived than how they died. In the midst of tragedy, it's important that we're there for each other, that we allow this to be a time to be more intentional with our loved ones, to do good on behalf of even the stranger.
The cameraman doesn't seem to be on top of it.
In this
No.
moment, it would be appropriate. I've asked two of my friends, Ben and Tara, to lead us in 3 songs. The first one was written in the midst of tragedy. It's called "It Is Well With My Soul."
There's another news channel that has a better cameraman. Okay.
The lyrics of the song, just
let me go see if I can find it.
Comfort to you. It was written by a man who sent his wife and daughters on a ship to Europe to looking for work. He was going to catch up with them, and tragically the ship sank. And he received a telegram from his wife that said, "Survived alone." So she was the only one that survived. 4 daughters did not. And on his travels to see his grieving wife, grieving himself, he wrote this song. And so again, sing with us or listen to these lyrics as they sing.
Peace like the wind,
There we go. They fixed it. Fixed that audio. Good job, guys. Good job.
Just in your own heart, and I invite you to pray specifically for a few people or groups of people. So just in this moment, would you spend time praying, asking God that it would be well with the soul, the souls of the family. Just pray for the family. I'll say some of their names, but just in this moment, just pray for those who are missing a mom, fiance. Pray for Shane. In this moment, pray for Addison. Pray for Silas. Pray for baby Margot. Pray for her parents, Tammy and Ty. Pray for the neighbors in the apartment complex. Pray for the police and the investigators and all who have been seeking to bring justice in this family. Pray for South Austin. Pray for those who leave Heidi and those who know the family. Pray for all those who've been affected.
That's one of Heidi's friends there, like close friends. She spoke out a couple of times.
In this community, in this city, in our country.
They've already confirmed Shane is the dad. Margot is home with Shane tonight. Yeah, those two were interviewed for sure. I'm glad there's a good turnout.
God, would you show each of us the acts of kindness you would have us do for our families, our neighbors, our friends. We pray this. And I think it may be more difficult with how close this happened to Christmas. But Christmas is when we celebrate that God came to be with us. In the midst of the brokenness and the darkness, God came to light. He didn't come to bring political upheaval. He didn't come to violently overthrow the Roman government. He came with the innocent faith. But he grew into a man who brought healing and taught with authority, who brought justice for those who were
laced with Lacey. This is earlier. I wasn't able to watch it, so I'm catching up on it.
Silent night. With us in the midst of even the most painful moments. Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord. There was a moment when those who were following Jesus were discouraged, overwhelmed, afraid. Jesus said these words in John 14. Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God, trust also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you. I'm going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am. The disciples had questions they didn't understand. They didn't know where he was going. They didn't understand. He was ready to give his life. And they said, how can we know the way? And Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies. As people of faith, we believe this is not all there is, that the best we experience on earth pales in comparison to the life to come in the presence of God. A life that we can experience glimpses of now because of God's grace. That's his unconditional, undeserved love. And so I want us to sing Amazing Grace. That we would be reminded of God's love for us, God's love for those who are grieving and hurting, but also the grace that we are to extend to those around us as his light in this dark. So if you know this song, sing it with us. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound saved a wretch like me. My once was lost, So I want to invite you in this moment just to continue to pray on your own, to reflect on your own. And you don't have to do this, but if any of you wanted to say a prayer out loud for the family, for those that are hurting, just want to give you that opportunity in these next moments. Heavenly Father, we lift up to you the Broussard family, the Carey family, all those who are hurting and grieving and in pain. God, would your supernatural peace come upon them? Would you somehow miraculously, as only you can, somehow bring good from this tragedy? Heavenly Father, the word tells us that you are with us in the midst of our grief. This is not the way things will always be. That you will one day make all things right. But in the midst of this temporary time of darkness, we pray that your light would shine through our lives and in the lives of those who are hurting, who need hope. God, the scripture tells us that hope is nothing about circumstances and everything about a trustworthy God who is with us. So even as we go, we might extinguish these candle lights. May our light not be extinguished, bringing hope to those who are hurting, whether they're in our families or in our neighborhood, where we work, or people we don't even know. We entrust Heidi to you. We entrust this family to you. Do only what you can do in their hearts. But may we be your messengers of hope to them and all who are hurting in this season. We pray all of this in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you to those, Sarah, who organized this. Thank you even to the news for letting others know the situation. And even as I said in the prayer, we might extinguish these lights. May we be light to the world in the midst of darkness. You can keep up to date on Facebook with this Heidi Broussard community support group to find out of other prayer vigils that have come. But continue to lift up the people, even as Christmas is just in 2 days. And in your own church, tomorrow night, lift up the family. In your community, just continue to serve on behalf of the light, the witness of others. Thanks for
The father's going to speak here in just a second, so we'll turn the audio off, but I'll turn it back on when it's not just kind of like the background noise. We'll talk about Megan in a second. I want to take this time to just remember Heidi. Megan's gonna get hers. Don't worry. We'll talk about her. But just let's just enjoy this moment.
to try and deal with it. And I don't want it from my family. You know, I want them to try and get back to whatever we can pull here, you know, and so that's where we're at. And, you know, I know you guys need your stories and all that stuff, but
Can you
we
tell us
just
how
want them to
Shane's
be-
doing, Ty? I mean, obviously, can you tell us how Shane's doing? He's been
He's
through
doing
so
good.
much.
Yeah, he's not doing good. I don't know why. That was just some pat answer. I said, no, he's not doing good at all. But, you know, like I say, Margot is.
This is Shane's
that's
dad.
Unbelievable, you know. And, you know, it was funny that he didn't get her right away, but we went and did what you have to do once the CPS gets involved and interviewed, and everything's fine. And so, you know, she's coming home tonight. You know, that's the best thing that, you know, could ever happen.
Can you give us his reaction when he found out he was going to be able to go get her?
Cry, you know. I mean, everything is cry, you know, because it's just, what other emotion do you have when it's hitting you so hard? You know what I mean? You know, just that's just the way it is. You guys can't imagine. Maybe some of you have been through something like this, but this is beyond anything, you know.
What did you say to him before he took off to go get Margot?
Well, we're still in that process, but you know, I just, you know, God, you know, is here. You know, something good's happening. You know, it's just, you know, and he's just happy, but I'm always cautious, you know, because I don't want him to get hurt anymore. And this has been tough, man. I mean, it came at him from all the sides. And let me tell you, I've never seen anybody as strong as he was when all this was going on. He signed off on everything with the police. I had attorneys ready, and he signed off on everything. He said, I don't care. Dad, I don't care. We're not going to find her if I don't. And he just signed off. You do anything you want. He gave them everything they wanted. And, you know, and he was right, you know, but I was telling him, you know, let's be careful here, you know, because they don't have anybody to blame it on. And so they go for the husband or the fiance or whatever. That's just what they do.
What's it like being on that end, knowing that
Unbelievable.
it's just routine that you go that way?
It's just, well, you got to watch it. You know, I was there for everything, you know, that they'd let me, you know, they'd separate us and everything, but it's unbelievable to watch that. I can't, I'm barely alive, you know, doing with all that stuff. You know what I mean? It's just beyond comprehension to watch your son or some, you know, he didn't do a doggone thing. And you know how much he loved her, and you know, it's just unbelievable. But it's over now. So, and everybody saw that there was so many people saying so much terrible things all over the internet and all that stuff. You know what I mean? And even some of the reporters were saying, you know, we hear that you're aggressive behavior and all that. And, you know, we just wanted to focus on finding her.
Yeah, Heidi obviously was like a daughter.
Oh yeah, that's why I said that on Facebook.
Yeah,
she's my daughter.
Mr.
But
Carey,
you'll
when
miss
did you get
most.
Mr. Carey?
Oh wow.
My daughter put this together
All
for the
right.
family.
Beautiful. Wow, thank you so much. That's very nice. Very nice.
She's not here to now.
That's beautiful.
Sarah,
All right.
Rhoda.
All right. Wow. Unbelievable. Very nice. Very thank you very much.
You're welcome. I work with Heidi.
Oh wow.
Yes,
okay.
my name is
Okay.
Maria.
Yeah, well, you see me up there. I was
Yeah,
always up there fixing her
Absolutely.
car or
I've seen
something.
that a lot with her.
Yep.
Mr. Carey, when did you find out that Margot was going to come back home for DNA testing?
Today, well, I don't know about the DNA test or anything. They're just putting her back where she belongs with her family. She's in better, you know, a child needs to be, especially that age, needs to be, get the smells and the voices of familiarity, you know what I mean, and not be with someone she doesn't know. It's got to be traumatic. So they've been working after they interviewed the person that the representative of them was trying her best to get her back to us, and it looks like she did it. She got her. So we're gonna meet him pretty soon.
So we were told that it would require a DNA confirmation to actually release.
Not to get the child back in our hands. No, that's part of it, but it's not. That's not going to say whether or not she comes back with her family or not. You know, they have confirmed that it's her. They have confirmed, rather than baby Luna or whatever they called her there for a little while. They have confirmed that it's her, so that's all it took. And then there are those tests going on. You know, that doesn't seem to matter. We talked to her about that the other day.
Who's they? You said they have.
The CPS representative, the Child Protective Services representative. Once they are handed the baby, they have protocol that they have to go through to get the baby back to the
How would they confirm that without the DNA test?
I don't know. I guess through records and hospital stuff that they already had. The FBI already had that kind of stuff. I'm not real sure, but I don't know. I'm just happy. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly how they did it, but I do know what I'm telling you is true. So I don't know. But anyway, so that's about it. And we appreciate everybody's love and concern and heartfelt expressions. It's been, that part of it is great. And thank you very much.
That's what I think,
Thanks
Christy Rose. Some of those media guys ask stupid questions. Stupid questions.
Katrina. Karen. Where's Katrina? Come here.
Sorry,
Karen.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah, it's totally cute. Like,
no, it's okay. Any other coworkers? Okay, so we all work with her and we are friends with her.
So
are you good?
I think
Tell me, how long have you worked, or had you worked with her?
I worked with her for a couple of years at Cracker Barrel.
And you still work there?
I do, yes.
What is the best memory you have of Heidi that you can share with us?
Her beautiful smile, her personality. She was just always happy, always happy. She put a smile on everyone's face. As soon as she walked in the room, she just lit up everyone's face.
And I know you all did, all four of you, I'm assuming. Okay, Rachel, starting with you. Do you still work at Cracker Barrel?
I do. I don't know if I'll be returning though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Have you been there since this all happened, or?
No.
Okay. 'Cause I was gonna ask,
DNA
how the
tests
has been.
really don't have anything
I've
to
been
do
into
now. They're
when everything started going down, I went to go get her and stuff like that. So I've been there. I have not been working there because no, there's no way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, how close were you with Heidi?
We were very, very close.
How long did you know her?
4 years.
4 years.
Mhm.
And just like I asked Marie, tell me what your best memory of Heidi was.
Oh, there's so many. But I think work-wise, I think my favorite thing ever was just hearing her sing, because she would just sing at the top of her lungs and just sing and just have a great time. She would have a party by herself, but I mean, we'd all be there with her anyway. But yeah, her just singing throughout the whole server aisle in the back of the restaurant, I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
And your name? I'm sorry.
My name is Derek.
Derek. And
Yes, sir.
can you spell that, just because I know the several spellings?
Derek.
Perfect. And Derek, tell me, you also worked with Heidi. For how long did you work with her?
4 years.
4 years, also at
Yes.
Cracker Barrel.
Yes, sir.
Are you surprised to see so many people, especially those who did not even know Heidi, show up here tonight to show her?
No, I'm not surprised at all. She had a great personality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in agreement with Rachel. That
right, Teresa.
Her voice was so beautiful. I love to hear her
She
sing,
needs
and
to
that
be
was one
home
of
with
my
the
favorite
family for
memories of her.
sure.
Just out of all of what's happened, what has been the most difficult thing for you guys to kind of deal? Obviously, her death being one of them, but is there anything that's been so shocking, so surprising about all of this? Has maybe caught you guys off guard?
Who did this to her? That was the plot twist of the century. And the hardest thing for me is feeling all the emotion from her son. I was there when they told him. So yeah, that's.
And that'll be silence.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Any message for people, especially on social media, who've been watching this case so closely, have been showing so much support? Marie, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what did
Yeah,
you
no
say?
worries. Any message for just people showing support, whether here tonight or on social media?
She has a lot of friends and family supporting each other. praying for her, praying for the family.
What do you guys think we can do as a community, especially here in Austin, the Utah area, to kind of move forward and move along?
Continue to pray. And I feel like I've a broken record saying this, but everybody's been asking me how I am, and I just tell them not okay. But I just get up and go every single day. Just get up and go every single day. Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to show me, Derek? Any last words? Or are you guys good? Marie, any words? Or you're good too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Katrina?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry, Katrina, I didn't even look
No,
at it.
you are good. Yep, all good.
She was
Thank
here for
you,
the
guys.
good looks. Thank you.
so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, please. Thanks a lot.
I'm not dogging the media, Soul. I just said that there were a couple of media questions that were just stupid. Just stupid. The dad handled like a pro, though. Freaking put those guys in their place.
Well, you don't have to. Don't feel
Well, fine.
obligated.
Okay, I know, but
you don't.
still.
You're
I
not
love the
obligated.
media. I'm
Here's the
talking to
thing,
the
Mark.
media. What are you talking about?
Oh, I guess you can maybe see it. I promise you will be super quick. Yeah? Okay. You're looking at me the whole time. So.
Okay, I can see you.
It's all right. No, it's hard
That's
to
okay.
see. Let me know when you're ready. Okay, Sarah, tell me your full name as well.
Sarah Stowell, Stowell.
And Sarah, how do you spell it? I know you have a little very unique spell.
Oh, it's actually just Sara.
Oh, gotcha.
So I've been.
No worries. You know how to explain.
Yeah.
Got it. So I know you're like one of the founding, I guess, members of that group on social media on Facebook. That kind of is what led to this. What made you, Sarah, want to do all this?
Well, it started out as a search party,
That's right.
and then we decided we wanted to do something for the family as a group, and after that, it's kind of just evolved into, the Vigil and hopefully some other things.
I know I was speaking to you earlier. You weren't sure like how many people would show up. I counted in my head. It was like more than 60. Was that surprising?
I don't think so. I think it was a perfect turnout. Actually, I'm really pleased.
I was reading your post on the group. How do you identify with Heidi? Because I know you obviously wanted to get involved in this in some way. I mean, you were the one who wanted to organize the search parties. How come? Like, what is it about this that you identify with or can relate to maybe?
Just that she's a young mother, that she has a young family. I'm from Austin. I grew up in that area. In fact, the apartment complex that she lives in, that was my first apartment complex. So it just, just knowing she's from the Austin area, we're, similar in age. I just identified with her as a woman.
Absolutely. Any message just you want to send to all the people who've been following this case so closely, or even just send a message to the family, really, which I think you did tonight, obviously with all the support here.
Just that the community's here for you too. We all know you're trying to heal, and hopefully this is a starting process for you. I know it's going to take a lot.
For sure. By the way, were you at any point surprised to have Shane's father show up here tonight, and I think some of the other family members?
No.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So nice to meet you.
Oh,
Sarah.
you too. Sorry. Oh, no problem.
Have a good night. What? Sorry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you turn this off?
Oh, man. It was a tough night tonight because all this was going down. I had to work tonight. Christmas is a busy time for me. And so I listened a little bit to the vigil, but wasn't able to watch it earlier. And then my phone was ringing. I must have had 100 phone calls tonight. I'm not exaggerating. Probably 30 phone calls, 17 text messages, bunch of voicemails, and I spoke with a lot of people while I was working. I spoke with two reporters that were at the vigil tonight. I spoke with people related to Megan's family, friends of Megan's family, and I don't go looking for the family. I don't need to interrupt this moment in their life. I don't need an interview with the family. I don't need to talk to them. There can be other people that can go do that, but some folks reached out to me, and through those folks, I heard some stuff tonight that maybe we knew, maybe we already knew this, maybe people had already tried to put this together, but Megan's sick, and Megan's been sick for a minute. This isn't something that happened overnight. Megan's own family knows she's sick, and although we kind of know how this is all going to play out, we already know. We kind of already know, to hear Megan's family talk about her and to say that, they distanced themselves from her long ago. And there was a distance between Megan's family and herself. You start to wonder how someone goes down a road that leads them to do something like this. I start to think about, what was it in Megan's life? Where was it that she flipped out? I was privileged to be on JS for Justice the other day when we were talking to one of Megan's friends. And he talked how she was so normal, just kind of a normal, average girl. We've heard interviews with Tim from Texas EquiSearch, and he talked about how she sounded so compassionate and so caring. We've all by now heard the podcast from Jazz for Justice that went national, and just about every station played a segment of it when that moment happened when Carissa realized that was Megan's house and that was Megan's car. You know, it's not so abnormal that your best friend, it's not really out of the ordinary. What's out of the ordinary is your family. Your family had not, I don't want to use the word disowned, but Megan's family had pulled back from Megan because they noticed something wasn't right. I found out today that Megan's own sister-in-law didn't want Megan around her children. They hid things from Megan about the children because they didn't want her around the children. I don't know what that means, but they had an intuition enough. It's crazy. It's simply, literally a crazy. Something snapped. Something flipped. Something wasn't right. A lot of people have been reporting, and I even have said it, but I believe that they have made let me see here. Yep. Let me see here. I'm trying to find something so that I can show you guys. Why won't you show me this? I'm looking to see where the official report is on on that she's been charged with murder. I've heard, and I thought I had seen it on Twitter, but let me look again. Oh, wait, there it is, right up on the top of my freaking. Trying to pull up a headline, but I'm not finding what I saw earlier. Let me go back and see something here. They have sealed the arrest and the charges. After slaying of Texas mom and recovery of her kidnapped body, experts speak out. Infant abductions, women arrested. Police say Texas mother found dead strangled. Just looking for a crowd. Yeah, I'm not finding what I saw earlier. I'm not seeing the actual news report. So after speaking with the news organization down in, if you missed it this morning, I had a really good interview with one of the reporters from down in Austin. And then throughout today, we've been texting back and forth about these things that have been coming out. And then another reporter that I'm talking to, been talking back and forth with them. I thought it was official I thought the news had released it, but it doesn't look like the news is saying anything. But when they seal your police warrants and police affidavits for a number of reasons. One of the reasons I think they sealed Megan's police affidavit is because I believe, and I have kind of confirmed it today. I wish I had a recording, but I just didn't have the ability to record it. But I was privy to a conversation that took place. And in that conversation, Megan's family is who turned her in. Now, do I know that Megan's family was the sole tip? No, there could have been multiple tips that came in to point to Megan. But I do know that members of Megan's family called in tips to say, you need to look into my sister. She's not well. I know a lot of rumors, speculations. We're not going to stop that. We're never going to stop the amount of speculation. We're not going to stop the speculations from happening. We're not going to stop the Facebook groups. You're not going to stop the internet from doing what the internet does. You're not going to. This is hard, man. I heard things today that make me believe Megan has been this way for a long time. She just has fooled everybody. And then when you start stacking on that she fooled the investigator that talked to her for 45 minutes, he was convinced. She was compassionate, wanted to help. When you hear the conversation that she had with other friends of Heidi's, they say the same thing. But then today, to know that her own family didn't want Megan around their children, that they had this intuition something wasn't right. I don't know if she'll plead. I don't know if she'll plead anything. This woman may believe in her own head, no matter how much you think you could convince someone, she may believe in her own head that Margot's her baby. She may have convinced herself. It is a long day. One thing that keeps running through my head is if her family didn't want her around the kids and thought something was wrong with her, I wonder if Heidi did too. They were so close for so long, it seemed like they were family. Yeah, but then the last couple of years, they weren't as close. They talked a lot, but it sounds like Megan talked to a lot of people and tried to fool a lot of people. Carissa's not in custody, Jason. You're talking about the Carissa that talked to Jays for Justice? Carissa's not. Carissa's not in custody. Carissa was the one that was on the podcast when it was breaking live. The other one in custody went in custody that night. You know, I asked the question of Jake, who was on JS for Justice the other night. And he seemed he said he was with her every day, like 3 times a week, real close. And when I asked him if he ever remembered like a phone call, or was it normal for her to get a phone call? You got 10 siblings. If you got 10 siblings and parents, you'd think that maybe you'd talk to at least, a sibling a week. But from what I'm understanding, a lot of her family didn't talk to her. A lot of her family, and I don't know how many sisters she has, but I do know she has a handful of brothers. Go to bed, Crystal K. Turn it off. I wish I could. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to go lay in bed and think about this for another 2 hours. I'm going to go lay in bed and lose sleep over this. I didn't think I would ever do this again. I didn't think I would ever get so connected to something. Like Kelsey's case made sense to me. Like this is one of Kelsey Barris' like original missing posters that was just down the street from her house, right? Kelsey lived down the street from me, and I felt like I had to continue to follow Kelsey's case through because it happened down the street. But I never thought I would get involved in something that was, for all intensive purposes, it's, Austin's not half a world away from me, but it might as well be half a world away. And I'm obsessed, and that's a bad thing. I'm obsessed because when you see the kind of evil that's in the world, and you see the kind of hate that's in the world, you see it online, you see it amongst the community of YouTube people. There are people in this YouTube community that if they were face to face with you, they may kill you. That's how crazy the YouTube community is. I witnessed it today in some things. And then to deal with real life situations when it comes to your own life or when it comes to a case, and you know that there are real people behind it. It sucks, man. Absolutely sucks. It's torn me up. It's torn me up. I've witnessed 2 moms be taken from their families. There's 100 more out there, just like Heidi, just like Kelsey. After doing that live with Jay, my email box is filled up with people. Michael, will you put my daughter's picture up on your page? There are hundreds and hundreds of women just missing around the country. There's moms going to sleep right now and their babies are gone. Hug your family this Christmas. If you haven't talked to your family, give them a call over Christmas. Hug your children a little tighter. Hug your wife. Hug your husband. You absolutely never know when life can be snatched from you. Hearing Shane's dad talk at the vigil and him say things like, we never believed this would happen to us. We never understood. Hearing Megan's family say, we never could believe this happened. We don't understand. At the same time, members of Megan's family called law enforcement and said, you need to check out my sister. She's friends with Heidi, but you guys need to check her out. This is going to be a tough one, kids. It's going to be a tough one to follow. It's going to be a tough one to watch. Fucking, my holidays have been ruined by these stupid cases. Last year it was the Kelsey Barrett case. This year's the Heidi Broussard. This year's the Heidi Broussard case. Moms taken too early. Kids without moms now. Daughters. Margot's so young. She'll recover and she'll bounce back from anything that may have been caused something, but you can't bounce back from somebody taking your mom too early. It's okay to grieve. Father, I ask that you be with their family. Father, I ask that you put your arms around that baby tonight. That you bring peace. Father, put your arms around Shane. Hold his heart. Protect his mind. Take his grief, Father. God, if I could take Shane's grief, if I could take pain that he's feeling, I would. Father, I pray that you just bless them. You show them love that they don't understand. That you step in this situation in a way that they can't explain. I want to be furious. I want to be mad. I want to scream at the top of my lungs, God. Nobody should ever have to go through this. Nobody should ever have to No parent should have to go through this. No child should have to go through this. Love your families this holiday season. Love them. Reach out to your friends that you know are having a hard time because they've lost someone around the holidays. Take an extra moment to pick up the phone and call someone that could use a kind word. There's going to be plenty of moments where I'm going to want to rip the heart out of Megan. But today, Father, I pray that you put your hands around Megan as she sits in a cell. I pray that you let the weight of conviction fall on her. That whatever was missing in the moment, whatever was missing in the moment when she did this, I pray you let that return so heavy on her soul. Father, I lift up Megan's family. I lift up her brothers. I lift up Evan and Aaron. Give them peace that they don't understand. Give them understanding when there absolutely is no understanding of the situation. I pray for Megan's parents, Father, that you'll protect them. I pray for Shane's parents. I pray for Shane, God. Protect him. Protect him from the most evil, vile trolls, internet warriors. Father, I pray that you protect my words. I pray that you give me wisdom when I'm talking about this stuff. Father, protect my heart. Father, protect these people that are listening right now. They've given up their time to think about Heidi, to watch these cases unfold before them. Protect their hearts. Protect their hearts, Father, as they dive into these things. We want to shut it off. I just want to shut the internet off. But the problem is I know that real life is on the other side of this. That although we watched a prayer vigil that happened for some of you, that prayer vigil happened half a world away. But you're just as much involved and just as much emotionally involved as the people that were there. So I pray you protect your hearts, protect your minds. Turn it off. Sometimes you have to turn it off.
The only reason I'm a praying person, Clue Girl, is because you cannot fathom this stuff without something else. If there is no one to pray to, then there is no hope for any of us. If there's no one to call on when your heart is ripped out, then what's the use anyway? Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Go get some sleep. I'm going to disappear for a couple of days. Don't worry about me. You take care of yourselves. Love on yourselves.